Hello, everybody! This is UA2 coming at you with my episode review of episode 1 of season 2 of Nisekoi, or otherwise aka episode 21 of Nisekoi. Now, I'm glad to come back to you with the second season of Nisekoi. I am so happy that they're continuing the series. I love the series so much. I am also reading it. So I am happy to put that out there. I just love this series so much. So I'm happy to be able to bring you these reviews week to week. Now, let's get into this. This episode mostly falls around Chikoge, basically Kirasaki, and Raku. Basically at this point, Chikoge, Kirasaki, she basically is in love with Raku. It's basically in her eyes, she's no longer basically faking the love, the romance. She's actually really in love with him, and she's basically this episode trying to get him to notice. She's like, how do I get him to figure this out? Notice that I actually like you. She's like, what do I want him doing? She's like, do I want him to do this, like walk me home, take me on dates, all this stuff? And she's like, wait a minute, we're already doing all that because it's a fake relationship. What do I actually want? So that's what the main episode's focusing on, but I'm not going to get straight to that right away. This episode kicks off with all the basic girls, Ora, Segumi, and Marika. And basically, Raku has basically gotten back his locket that was broken, and he is basically been told that the guy was able to fish the key of Kirasaki's key out of it, but he's also told that there is something hidden deep inside the locket. And of course, Marika is like, she's grabbing her key and running at him like, well, let's open it up and find out. And he's like, please, no, I don't want to go there yet. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to find out. And when he says that there's something, she basically pulls out a bunch of instruments to pry this damn thing open. And he's like, no. She's like, maybe there's an engagement ring inside. So Marika is crazy as ever. She's insane. She's hooked on Raku, and she basically really wants him to go, and the other girls are like kind of quiet. And then interestingly enough, Oto's like, maybe I'm actually interested to find out what's in there. And only Kirasaki's the one out of the three who is like, I don't want to open it yet. I want to wait and see how things turn out. So it's interesting to see that Odora and Marika seem to be kind of on the same page with the locket, while Kirasaki isn't. Now let's get back to the main focus of this episode. Throughout the episode, Kirasaki does things. First, she tries on lip gloss, and she's like trying to get Raku to notice it, and he seems to be not noticing anything. Then she tries shampoo, and she's swapping out for the very, very expensive one, and runs by him, and he sneezes, and she's like, why aren't you noticing? I whipped out the super expensive shampoo, the 500,000 yen shampoo. Why aren't you noticing? Then she goes with the lip gloss, and then changing her ribbon, and throughout the episode she's just changing this and that and seeing if he notices, and every time he acts like he doesn't notice, and she's getting even more pissed off when he doesn't know the nails, when she's holding the paper she's handing him like this so he can see the nails. He doesn't seem to notice, so she starts poking him in the cheek. Basically, he just doesn't seem to notice. So this was a fun episode of her just trying to get him to notice, trying to see if he will. And when she was trying to get him to notice the lip gloss, she's like, do you notice anything different about me today? And he's like, I don't really see it. And he's like, and she's blushing, and she's like, does he get it? Is he reading my face? Does he can tell I love him? And he's like, oh, I know that face. You're hungry. So this was a funny episode with misunderstandings throughout the episode of her just trying over and over and over again, just trying to get him to notice her, trying to get her to notice the things that she's changing, swapping out from the norm, just so he notices. And it was a fun episode with all those interactions. It was a good first getting back into the swing of things episode for season 2, so I enjoyed that. But the fun part was at the very end of the episode, where he's like, wait a minute, are you talking about the lip gloss and the nail polish and the shampoo? And she's like, you notice all this? He's like, yeah, I kind of noticed. Yeah, I noticed. And she's like, why didn't you say anything? And he's like, well, guys don't normally say this kind of stuff. He's like that. She's like, really? And she goes like, what about the hair ribbon? He's like, you changed the ribbon? So this was a fun episode with these misunderstandings, these her trying to get him to notice, and I'm loving how they got back into the swing of things. This very first episode for season 2 of Nisekoi, which I love dearly. So that's pretty much what my review of this episode this week. Not much more. I'm hoping I'll bring you a bigger review next week with the next episode, but still I am so happy this series has returned. Thus, this is the Old Boy 82 saying, if you like this video, please click like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. This is 82 signing